We get you come to Chicago, you want to see the Bean, the Willis Tower, maybe the Hancock Building, a lot of stuff in downtown Chicago, but there's so much more to see and do than what you might expect in this great city. So in this episode of Window Seat, we're taking you outside the loop on something you may not expect. Look, I've had enough of watching Jeremy do some ridiculous walks.
Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Hubbard. I just landed at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. My next flight is several hours from now across town at JFK Airport. What if I actually walked from LaGuardia to JFK?
Now, I'm not going to go quite that crazy, but I am going to do a walk by myself through the north side of Chicago and get to know the areas and why you should explore outside the loop. So we're going to get outside the loop here. We're going to try to see as many of the neighborhoods we can as possible, and one of the best ways to do that is to walk the 606. If you've lived in the north end of Chicago, you know the 606, or Bloomingdale Trail. It's a former rail line converted into a bicycling or walking path. Very popular amongst locals, and for me, a great way to get through the area. It's about a 2.7 mile journey with some stops in between. So we're going to kick this off and see what we can see along the way. While the trail starts in Humboldt Park, I decided to first walk about a half mile and check out a different neighborhood first. So our first neighborhood we got off the 606 for is Logan Square. It's actually considered one of the coolest neighborhoods in the world. So we got off and we're going to try to figure out why that is. Admittedly, this walk to the heart of Logan Square was longer than I expected, about a half hour. But it's a very nice upscale neighborhood that seems fairly normal. Until I spotted this in Palmer Square Park, a tree with a hand sculpture holding it up. Seemed interesting. After a quick Google search, I found out this is something done by the Chicago Tree Project to transform sick and dying trees into vibrant public art. Also, here's a map for another path through Chicago history. I have to save that for another time. Back on my journey. After arriving in Logan Square, I found another statue of interest, the Illinois Centennial Monument, which was installed here in 1918 to commemorate 100 years as a state. And back across the street, I needed some fuel for my walk. I'd heard of Lula Cafe before. It's often packed, super popular. It's an iconic spot in this neighborhood known for trendy restaurants and bars. And this place is fantastic. Glad I was able to sneak a spot in at the bar. This neighborhood is also known for its boutique shops because, shopping. And pop-up markets. Like this one I wandered into the day I was there in the Logan Square Auditorium. Now this was really cool. This auditorium hosts a number of events throughout the year and markets like this, so always something seems to be going on. And if you're here in the summer, the farmers market is a big deal. It happens right on the street here just outside the auditorium. Or you can even see a movie in the old Logan Theater. This old movie theater has been around since 1915 and still has first-run showings. Very cool in this cool neighborhood. Now, obviously there's a lot more restaurants and bars and other things I could check out right now, but I got a schedule to keep. Back on the 606. All right, we are back on the 606. Logan Square was cool. Lula Cafe was amazing. Now I really need to walk off the burrito. May have cheated taking an Uber back to the trail, but we're walking again. Next up, we get off to try to sneak a look at Humboldt Park. The neighborhood is known for its rich Puerto Rican heritage, as I saw flags on the way in. And there's flags all over this place really celebrating that. But I wanted to see the park. This place is huge, bigger than I expected. I was hoping to see the boathouse, but it was on the other end of this large park. And I'm racing the sun here. All right, we just got off for a minute because we wanted to see Humboldt Park, at least the park. We don't have a whole lot of time, so at least it's nice to go down there, see it, check it out. Now back to the trail because we've got a couple more neighborhoods to hit up and we've still not quite halfway there yet. Another cool thing about this elevated trail is they mark off the mileage for you along the way, and it helps you keep track of your exit choice. there's a number of places you can get off if you're looking to explore.
Now we're over here like Park 567. It's a nice little street on Milwaukee Avenue, really. Just on the west end of Bucktown, Wicker Park. So a quick walk by here and then we'll head on to the next spot.
Yes, I called the area Park 567. It is in Wicker Park, but it's a nice little park and little stretch here. Okay, the park itself is a nice small place to see as you exit the 606 as well.
Nice little stretch, a bunch of nice little bars, little shops. You know, it's just on the edge of Bucktown, Wicker Park, so if you're near there, you can definitely go by and check it out. Some cute little stuff, local stuff. So we like that. We like local. We want to support local.
The view walking through Wicker Park in Bucktown is really cool. Definitely can get a true taste for the area. Now, these two neighborhoods I combine because it seems like a lot of people around here do as well. I mean, they even share a chamber of commerce. Stepping north off the 606 and a little into Bucktown, it's got the trendy feel to it. You see some of the restaurants and shops, but we've got to head in the other direction as there's a lot to see south of the 606 here. As we move into the heart of Wicker Park, it's definitely a bit more lively. The intersection of Damon and Milwaukee Avenue are a great place to start. While Damon is known for their restaurants and arts, Milwaukee is known as the hipster highway, and it clearly lives up to the name. Yes, the neighborhood is known for the hipster vibe, but you don't have to be a hipster to enjoy it. There's a number of shops along with places to eat and drink. The neighborhood is also known for the theaters and fun music venues. In the summer, they hold Wicker Park Fest here and shut down the street for a multiple stage music festival. Really cool if you're in town during that time. The farmers market is also a must-see. They even bring it back in the winter. A number of movies have used this neighborhood as a filming location, including High Fidelity and, of course, Wicker Park. Now, I did feel the need to stop for a little refreshment to fuel for the rest of my journey. I chose Peace Brewery just off the hipster highway. It's won some awards at the Great American Beer Fest, which, as a Denver person, I love. You can also grab a pizza and watch some sports. Also, if you love craft beer, head to Malt Row in the Ravenswood neighborhood further north.
All right, so we're getting back on the 606 one more time. Taking it all the way to the end now. Spent some time in Bucktown and Wicker Park. There's a nice little dog park right here at the exit, so that's kind of cool. Definitely very hip and trendy neighborhood. We walked the hipster highway. You know, a lot to see. Definitely a neighborhood you need, or two neighborhoods really, that you need to check out.
As I near the end of the trail, you get a great view of St. Mary of the Angels Church, which has been in this location for more than 100 years. Then, just a little ways left on the journey, and ending in Walsh Park, just before the sun sets.
And that is the 606. We just made it out by Walsh Park. So there's a lot of neighborhoods here we just checked out. I'm going to try to hit up Lincoln Park before it gets too dark here, but we'll see what we can do. I think we got a little time, but we'll try to wrap it up with a high note.
Now, if I was going to get to Lincoln Park before darkness takes over, I needed an Uber. So if you're coming to Chicago, Lincoln Park is more than likely on your itinerary if you're going to spend a decent amount of time here. There is a lot to see and do in this part of town. That's why I tried to get here. Unfortunately, darkness, that happens when you spend a lot of your day exploring a big city with a lot to see and do. But there's a lot in Lincoln Park, and that's why you need to come over here and check it out. You may already know, but you can walk the Lakefront Trail for miles. Check out the monuments like the Alexander Hamilton statue, the Elks National Memorial, the Lincoln Park Observatory, Peggy Notabart Nature Museum, Chicago History Museum, North Pond Sanctuary, or go to the zoo. The zoo is a popular spot for families and obviously does the lights in the holiday season. I would have loved to have seen more, but hey, I logged 9 miles walking, saw a number of different neighborhoods, and really got to explore Chicago in a different way that actually felt more local than tourist. So enjoy what's inside the loop. There are some great things to see, do, and eat. But make sure you have some time to get outside and explore more. You'll be happy you did. That's it for this episode of Window Seat. Now, I know I missed spots in these neighborhoods, so please drop those in the comments or let us know your favorite neighborhoods outside the loop in Chicago. If you could do us a favor and hit that subscribe button,
And it would be great if you could like and share this video so we can continue to share our journey exploring all the best places on the planet. We'll be back next Friday with a brand new video. Until then, check out one of these other videos from Window Seat.